Welcome to E-Town. This is round 4 of the Formula Drift Pro Championship, and we're about to find out in just let's call it multiple battles. Ken Gucci, both Toyota teammates, and that's kind of a win-lose situation for Toyota sailing as well. Here we go, our first battle, round 32, top 32. Frederick Osbo, our #1 qualifier, going against Ken Gucci, who qualified 32nd. Both these Toyota pilots. Frederick Osbo, your defending back-to-back champion, also 3-time champion as well. Frederick Osbo, Ken Gucci now looking in that outside zone number 2. Let's see this transition. Good proximity from Ken Gucci. Transition now in the outside zone 3. Ken Gucci has to back off. He then does surge forward as Frederick Osbo fills all of it. You see Ken Gucci kind of got that power on deck, but
he isn't there all the time. But when the cars are crazy and the driver's going to have a harder time keeping him sideways.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Ken Gucci out front now. Frederick Osbo in the chase position. Again, a little bit of moisture on track, slowing things down, minimizing that smoke, and then boom, creating some steam on Freddie. Look at that. Freddie gets out of shape. That is a huge blow and shock to the system. Holy cow, Frederick Osbo. I mean, this is absolutely massive. That could be deemed an incomplete for Frederick Osbo. You saw him make contact. He straightened out. This Ken Gucci takes down our defending champion.
Ken Gucci, and that was it.
And is this a side lap or is this battle? This is a battle. All right, going right into it. This is, again, Odi Bakshi's Diego Higa. Sorry, thrown off. Thought we were going with the side laps continuously, but no, not the case. Look at Diego Higa. We're talking about him showing up. Again, a Brazilian champion. Ryan Lantain has seen him with his own eyes in the native country of Brazil and seen how he can drive, but he's going against one of the best. That is Odi Bakshi's. Odi Bakshi's field suspension. Here we go. Diego Higa initiates into that first outside zone. Good transition for both the drivers. Look at that. Odi Bakshi's in the chase position. He has some wobbling here. So the rain wreaking havoc on some of our veterans. But then Odi Bakshi's jumps right to the side of Diego Higa's ride into that final outside zone. Look at that. Odi Bakshi's banging on the doors, grinding that GT radial on the side. And one more time. They're going at it again.
Yeah,
so I think harness the Dodge Viper. Here we go, Kazuya Taguchi out front into that first outside zone. Kazuya initiates. Dean Carney, the black shadow, the Viper lurking in the shadows of the bright yellow 86. Now in that second outside zone, massive angle there for Kazuya, and he goes off course. A little disruption. Kazuya going off course, contact from Dean Carney. Very apparent. He says, hey, I got some damaged parts. We got a run and gun. We don't have time to fix it. So look at this. You know he's going to throw it down. Dean Carnage Carney, Hyper, NFT.io, Dodge Viper. Good transition into that second outside zone. Filling all of it. He got towards it. He got deeper in it. The second half of that second outside zone. Past that inside clip into that last outside zone. Good angle and transition. Aggressive by Dean Carney. And it looks like he gets the win. Taguchi advances on. Dean Carney is knocked on to the 16, but got knocked out early. Here we go, Taylor Hull. It's all about him and Simon Olsen, the Norwegian pilot. Now coming to that second outside zone. Taylor Hull, good transition. Look at that fluid. Rock solid, that's the way you want to be. Again, I don't know if it's still raining. We're still seeing some umbrellas out there. We are up in the tower. Now Taylor Hull transition, that last outside zone. How's he going to handle it? Boom, uses all the course. But Simon Olsen, we talked about how confident he is out of the gate in this new out front field suspension, GT radial, S chassis. Into that first outside zone. Look at that, dragging that back bumper. Now into and transitioning into that second outside zone, the 180-degree turn. Filling all of it is Simon Olsen. Taylor Hull maybe given a little bit of comfort room. Let's see, is he going to surge and attack here past that one and only inside clip, the lone inside clip, and Taylor Hull goes to the wall. And that is just too aggressive for Taylor Hull. That Comp Camps Corvette takes himself out, but Simon Olsen reaps the battle between Odi Bakshi's. Again, we just saw Simon Olsen advance on. Who's advancing on here? Field suspension, GT Radio pedal commander, S chassis, or Diego Higa, the Brazilian star, coming now into Formula Drift Pro Championship. Look at that composure. Great job, Diego Higa, making his presence felt. Looked like he almost got his door, but I don't think there was contact. Now to that last outside zone. Odi using all the course. You see almost flirting with that wall, hence why he's a 2-time champion. Here we go, Diego Higa. He is leading Odi Bakshi's in that chase position in the outside zone 1. Diego Higa using all of it. Odi Bakshi's getting bathed in smoke, and that is a good sign that the course is drying out. Diego Higa gets into the dirt. He uses his wheel as a shovel, and look at that. We can see Odi Bakshi's Now chasing him down, transitioning past that inside clip into outside zone 3, Diego Higa. But Oni Bakshis, look at this great battle. Again, seeing the smoke is indicating. And it looks like from you, Robbie, and one more time. So going at it, guys scrutinize him more than anybody, I swear. Here we go, Matt Field, and that Borla exhaust, Heatwave, Lean Custom, GT Radial, Corvette, Robert Thorne, making moves from prospect to pro. This is his maiden voyage in the pro competition. He's going up against second overall in the 22 season. Matt Field dialing it in on the inside clip. Now transitioning into that last outside zone. Woo-wee! Look at that. All right, Robert Thorne brings it on home, but he's got Matt Field in his rearview mirror. How's he going to handle that pressure? Robert Thorne initiates. Oh, he drags some bumper on the wall on initiation outside zone 1. Matt Field does keep his composure, not affected by that contact into the wall. That second outside zone, Robert Thorne filling it. Look at Matt Field. Again, this is where you get in trouble. That contact is not paid off, so just back off. Don't get your GT Radial, your Forge-Star wheel in the side of him, and he keeps that composure. Great job by both the drivers. There you go, Robbie Sada and Matt Field. Again, Robert Thorne really. Here we go. This is Odi Bakshis and Diego Higa for a second, one more time. Again, the big fans are out, not just the drift fans, literally keeping the cars cool. They're all running hot. Odi Bakshis filling all that second outside zone. Diego Higa a little late to get into that second outside zone, but now, again, there's that contact. You saw that door flex, but fortunately, he hit him on the door, not the tire. That could disrupt both vehicles, as we saw earlier with Kazuya Taguchi and Dean Carnage Carney. And there you go, Diego Higa flirting with those cones. He's coming out hot. Guns are swinging, and so are the 86s. Diego Higa, JDM Supreme vehicle coming to that second outside zone. There's Odi Bakshis. Good angle. I think he's keeping a safe distance. Diego Higa exceeding the track just a little bit, but look at Odi Bakshis. Again, it's not necessary to hit the door. That's just giving you, again, a little love tap there into that last outside zone. Odi coming up a little bit short. Let's take a look at the Truth Serum game. And in this case, after one more times, Odi Bakshis gets the win unanimously. Coming out of the chute, here comes Castro into that first outside zone. Castro filling all of it. Jeff Jones tracking him down. Castro's got a lot of fans here in the building, flying the DR flag. Jeff Jones now finds that great proximity, big drift energy, and the NRG innovations. Now transitioning that last outside zone. Here comes the LTH Mobile 1 GR86. Jonathan Castro, tell you what, very where the car is at. Now Jeff Jones got that clean air. How's he going to handle and manage? Look at Castro. Oh, Jeff Jones, nice job. He's using all of the course there, getting that car naturally to slow down, initiating into that and transitioning into that second outside zone. He is getting all that second outside zone. Castro, so again, in that chase position, you can see him kind of modifying and getting close, getting that proximity, and Jeff Jones using all the course. Man, and this is where it gets tough. And like you said, it's going one more time. So here we are, and this is so here we go. Let's go on to our next battle. Chris the Force Forsberg. This is hometown track here at E-Town. That NOS Energy all-new Z going against Ola Jaeger in that Japan Auto Mark IV Toyota Supra. Forsberg filling all that outside zone, that VR-powered all-new Z. And again, teasing that all-new Nismo Z. He got to drive and drift that thing the other day. I don't know if you saw a little teaser video, but right now you're seeing him throw down for his town. Talking about EC Alex Holubnia, newcomer from Ukraine. Here we go. Taking a look at Ola Jaeger initiating in that first outside zone. Chris Forsberg applying the pressure. Good transition by Ola Jaeger. See him filling that second outside zone, just barely dipping it in. Gets deeper into that second outside zone, the latter half. Now past the inside clip, both of them on it from that perspective. Again, want to take an overhead view, and then Jaeger just barely dipping that bottom left for Forsberg or right for Ola Jaeger, and Chris Forsberg gets the win. Forsberg advances. The level of driving and the builds are insane. Here we go, Jonathan Castro, Jeff Jones celebrating 20 years of Formula Drift, as again we are seeing the DR driver, Jonathan Castro, filling all of that zone. We talked about on his first run. Watch the front wheels. No corrections. Transition ready, bingo bongo. Watch, LTH GR86 right into it, but Jeff Jones sweating them in that evil AutoWorks Nissan 370Z. Here we are, back in the judges' hands. And we talk about the X Factor in judging, but the X Factor needs to exist in their battle runs as well. So again, either transitioning, bang right to the door, or just that big unknown thing that holy cow, look at that. And Jeff Jones filling all that second outside zone. Castro, you saw him a little late getting into that second outside zone. Now transitioning past the inside clip into that last outside zone goes Jeff Jones and Castro. Here we are. The win. Castro gets the win and advances. But I'll tell you what, Rome, his livery is loud and his driving's more aggressive. Holubnia overcooks it on outside zone 1. This is going to be a major advantage for Rome as long as he completes the entirety of this run. The lead car does need to complete it. even given that chase car made that major mistake. So unfortunately for Holovnia, the Chepa Racing 86 coming on through, and unfortunately Holovnia now out front. Chepa Racing 86, Rome Charpentier, good initiation. Looks like, you know, just kind of a tempered approach. He knows he doesn't need to really overcook it. Again, we talk about the X factor. It needs to be obvious here in head-to-head as well. But the case for RCP does not need to just do too much and just get there in the mix. And Holovnia, unfortunately, decisive and kind of own it, right? So that's the case here. Rome Sharp, Frederick Osbo, but Ryan Turk gets the clean air in that Rain-X Toyota GR Corolla. Nitto tires, uses all the course, uses that edge of the course, salvages them, get onto the paint, and there he does it once again. Thing looks like a bullfrog ready to pounce. Again, that hot hatchback. Boom, right past that inside clip. Really good precision driving by Ryan Turk, filling all that last outside zone. I mean, that was, like I said, his Toyota Rockstar teammate knocked out. Can he fly that Rockstar flag? Kyle Mohan in that first outside zone. He fills all of it. Kind of a little abrupt and then kind of shoots out. That allows Ryan Turk good proximity. Kyle Mohan filling all that second outside zone. Good angle from him. And Ryan Turk chasing him down. You can see kind of wavering there, just pedaling back. Just making sure he has that composure. Kyle Mohan fills it. Ryan Turk dropping in. Left for Turk or right for Mohan. It's unanimous. Ryan Turk in that BMW. Looks like Ryan Literal hits the cone, but again, it's all about the lead car. And here comes Ryan Literal. That power stop breaks. Brandon Sorensen airing it out. That was a long hang into that first outside zone, but look at Ryan Literal. He looks like he tempers it back, that collab vehicle. Look at Literal. This is the best I've seen the RB flag being flown. This is great for Ryan Literal. Again, his composure there. He really could have gotten the side of him out front. That power stop breaks. GT Radial S15. Again, running that RB chassis, or RB engine. Whoa! And it looks like Literal shut it down. So similar.
Incomplete, because that was pretty much an unchaseable.
Here we go. That AutoZone Mustang RTR Spec 5 FD. Nick Novak applying the pressure there. Chasing him down. Does not get into that first outside zone, but look at Novak. Oh, he taps the wall. Keeping it cool and keeps it consistent, but has to fight back. James Dean, look at that. Again, talking about those front wheels being settled, those RTR arrows, and now into that final outside zone. The first ever. He's not quite on the track. Nick Novak. Look at Nick Novak getting into zone 1. Nice job there into that zone 1 and zone 2. Hopefully doesn't get into the wall once again. He does not. James Dean, you can see dialing it in. Looks like, again, we were talking about that graphic earlier. Would like to see him mimic that angle. Looks like he's nosing in, but James Dean powers into that last outside zone. Nick Novak, great job. All right, slide him left for James Dean or right for Nick Novak, and James.
Earlier battle.
Brandon Sorensen, Ryan Literal. All right, wash, rinse, repeat. Shake him up, shake him up, shake him up, shake him. Here we go. Brandon Sorensen, Air Force, pedal commander, BMW, Literal, shuts her down. Brandon Sorensen does need to complete the entirety of the run to have the advantage. Literal going through the paces, but that is Formula Drive straight, not Formula Drift. So there it is, Brandon Sorensen with the young buck from Las Vegas, United States Air Force, pedal commander, BMW. Woo!
All right here.
Just lay out, listen, bro, relax.
Better each other.
All right, two LS-powered machines as Reeder goes in that outside zone 1. Big angle from Reeder. Robbins, the non-stop tuning again. Self-made status into that second outside zone. Nice, both drivers very deep. Robbins mimicking that angle. That was a good example of mimicking the angle and also getting deep in the outside zone. Reeder using all of the course, almost getting into that wall. Reeder did work done under the hood of Reeder. Here goes Robbins initiating non-stop tuning. Again, self-made status. .co into that second outside zone. Reeder maybe giving a little too much room. Now reels him in. Robbins filling all that. Look at that. Again, good proximity. I liked how Robbins was mimicking the angle, but Reeder, really good proximity. Transitioning into that last outside zone goes Robbins. and very fluid. Like you said, these guys gets the win, and it is unanimous. Unfortunately, Alec Robbins, Dylan Hughes, winner in Orlando last year in the very, very wet conditions. That Permatex BMW, Beecham maybe a little too aggressive. You see him kind of overshoot Travis Reeder, or excuse me, not Travis Reeder, Dylan Hughes, my bad. And again, a lot of BMWs, a lot of BMW boys. And again, the GT radio's going around here for Dylan the Dozer Hughes, the Permatex BMW. And into that final outside zone, Trenton Beecham, again, as to repeat it, got thrown off, but now he's going to run a much more fluid line. You can see him using all the course, does exceed it, but just that back left. So, ooh, big angle from Trenton Beecham. Can he hold on to that? Looks like it rips up. Look at Dylan Hughes. Good composure for him. The Forge Stars going around. It looks like he's almost going to tap his door. He does back out. Look at Beecham, very aggressive in that lead position. And I think he's just trying to. Permatex BMW gets the win. Dylan the Dozer Hughes, Monster Energy. Corvette initiates in that first outside zone. We got a clean start here. Jonathan Hurst, the Mr. Cool Vitor. BMW, look at the proximity there. Drops into formation, almost rubber on rubber. Like you said, Jonathan Hurst is turning it up. The cash racing, cash money. All I want to do, boom, boom. Oh, boy! Hurst. He went two-wheel BMW, Jonathan Hurst, the pride of Paducah out front. Joao Barillon in that Monster Energy Corvette. Now chasing him down. Here comes Jonathan Hurst in that second outside zone. And both vehicles do get both rear tires on that, again, because of that DB. And look at that. So there's a small little correction. Is that enough to offset? I mean, we saw Jonathan Hurst go way off course. And here we go in that final outside zone. The Vitor, Mr. Cool, let him rerun. So, and there they did, but the outcome's still the same. Joao Barillon, he's got some confidence in his corner with those Vitor tires. Oh boy, and look at that. Denofa throws it in aggressively as well. All right, here we go. Oh, Stuckey, he gets into the dirt now. He shreds that back bumper. Chelsea Nova bouncing. Little lip of flapping. Looks like he's curling his lip with the hood coming up on his Pennzoil Mustang. Now to that final outside zone. Here comes Stuckey and Chelsea. You can see him just, looks like, on outside zone one. He's going to transition in, flick it in, fill all that outside zone one. Boom, there he goes. So now Stuckey, look at this, getting left in that Nitto tire smoke. And filling that second outside zone is Chelsea Denofa, and that's a clean execution there. Again, that hood flapping, but not affecting him. Stuckey does get to his side. Again, not mimicking the exact angle, but Chelsea, really well done there. Precision on that final outside. Mustang Spec 5FD of Chelsea Denofa gets the win. Denofa, you see, coming out of the chute. Seems like he's figuring out that car. He's currently, oh boy, again, qualifying 11th. Great initiation by Adam LZ. Coming to that second outside zone, that big 180-degree outside zone 2. Mike Power tries to dip it in, and that Type S does find a little bit of proximity, closer and closer, inching towards Adam LZ. And now Adam, big, nasty transition into that last outside zone. I'll tell you what, that hard. So now Mike Power out front, this Type S S15. But now how is he going to chase him down? Comes into that first outside zone. Looks that. And here we go, Mike Power in the second outside zone. Adam LZ right there. Looks like got into a tussle with the wall, that front right corner, now coming into that second outside zone. And Adam LZ shoots in on the inside. And so, here we go on that final outside zone.
I think that was...
Adam LZ unanimously gets the win. LZ will be going against Denofa.